All right, so by this point in time, by the time you're watching this video, Miss Spellman has probably told you everything that is going to be on the test. And so hopefully you have marked those things so that you know what you need to study. And you'll also have a chance to look over your notes one more time before you take the test. But there is one more piece that you're going to have to be able to do, and that is you have to be able to identify the different parts or be able to analyze a piece of music. Things that you're going to have to be able to do. You're going to have to be able to look at this piece and decide um, whether it is polyphonic, monophonic, or homophonic. Remember that polyphonic means um, there are different things happening at the same time. Monophonic means that you only have one line of music and everybody does the exact same thing. Sometimes we call that unison. And the other texture is the homophonic, where you might have both lines of music, all the notes kind of line up. They might be doing different notes, but the rhythms themselves all line up. So if you look at this piece of music, you'll notice that this top line of music does this over here, but the bottom line of music, it doesn't do anything. These are rests, and then it comes in. So you have different things happening at different times. So this particular piece would be considered polyphonic. All right. Another thing that you're going to have to be able to do is determine instances of imitation in the piece of music, because again, that was something that was very common with Baroque music. So if we take a look and try to kind of just matching up, you don't have to know the note names, you don't even have to know the kind of rhythms, just by looking at it. So if you look here at the beginning, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 notes going up, and then they go down, then up and down. All right. And then if you look here, 1, 2, 3, 4 notes going up, goes down, up, and down. So that would be an imitation. These notes here have imitated the beginning notes. Then you can keep looking for other forms of imitation. All right. Here we have another one. Here we have another one. They're all the same pattern. Again, they might be on different lines and spaces, but the pattern, just what you're looking at, is the exact same pattern. So there's another one. Okay. All right. The next thing you have to be able to do is you have to be able to find a sequence. Remember, sequence is in like math, where you have star, star, heart, star, star, heart, star, star, and what comes next? Heart. Okay. So that means when you have the same kind of pattern happening over and over again. And so you want to be able to identify that. And here is where you can identify that. Here on the second line in measure 3 here, you have this pattern. You're going down, and you've got this pattern, and then you do the same pattern again, same pattern again, same pattern again. So you do that pattern 4 times. So this entire line of music. Now, to be more specific, though, it's only in the top line of music, or the treble clef, as we would call it. All right. Those are all different. There's 4 different sequences there. All right. The next thing you want to have to be able to do is you have to find different places where they have notated ornamentation. Remember, in Baroque music, this is when everything started to get fancy. Their buildings got fancier. More gold was used in their architecture. Paintings became a little fancier. And just like this time of year, when everybody gets a Christmas tree, what did they put on it? They put on ornaments to decorate it. So one of the things that they would do to decorate or ornament their music is they would have little symbols to show that maybe they were supposed to do what we would call a little trill, where they go back and forth between two notes very quickly. All right, so here you will see that little squiggle line. They're letting you don't just play that note, you do a little trill on that. And then there's a few others here. In fact, there's a total of four different ornaments there. Okay, so you have to be able to identify any of the ornamentation that they have. Now, a lot of songs are based on what they call the subject, very similar to English class, all right, where you have some subject that you're writing about. In this song, these first 7 notes, that is your subject. So they've built this entire little piece on just those 7 notes. All right. So what they want you to do is be able to find a place where the composer uses what we call inversions to restate the subject, and you're supposed to draw a box around it. Now, remember the very first thing where we had the stars, those were imitating. When you imitate somebody, you are trying to act just like them. When you do an inversion, if anybody has ever used what they call an inversion table, it's like just like a cloth bed, but it's really skinny, and you lock your feet in and you hold onto the bar, and then you actually tip yourself upside down. You invert yourself. So when we when we're looking for inversions, we're looking for this subject to basically be flipped upside down. And so we need to determine where that is. Now, again, we're dealing with notes going up, down, okay? So that means if we're looking for the first 4 notes being up here, we want to look for 4 notes going down. So if you look here, 1, 2, 3, 4, so there's down, and then it goes up instead of going down. It goes completely opposite, okay? And then you'll see that it happens again. Now notice we're not putting these first notes in there, because here there is not a first note here. We're just talking about starting on this second 16th note here. And in this sequence, you have 4 subjects that have been inverted. All right. So you have to be able to identify these things on a test. So hopefully this will help you understand that, and that you'll do well on this part of the test as well. And AKA, this is exactly the test. So good luck, and I will be looking forward to grading your tests.